Good evening, race fans, and welcome to a very special episode of Behind the Wheel. I'm Kenton Blackburn, and tonight we sat down with the Pepsi Pure Stock driver 22C of Chris Countryman. We talked everything from football, food, and racing. I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you get to know him just a little bit more on the personal side. Please enjoy this evening's episode, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, so hey, race fans, welcome to Behind the Wheel. I am Kenton Blackburn. With me today is Chris Countryman, the driver of this hunk of junk behind us, as I'd like to say.
Guaranteed.
So, Chris, thanks for taking the time to do this. I know before a race it gets kind of busy, so
absolutely.
I'm glad that you're one of the drivers that actually get here when the pit's open and can make this happen.
Before, I like to get set up, get everything lined out and ready, and my crew's the same way.
I like it.
I love it.
I like it. I always like being there, soaking in the environment.
Absolutely.
And
you gotta be here and gotta be ready.
I mean, Saturday, today of all days, you know, it's college football opening day.
But then we got the nice overcast.
But finally, after the week we've had,
it's blazing hot. So
exactly.
I'm good with it.
It's been a great overcast. So what I'm going to do is I got about 15 or so questions that that I think fans would like to know about you, and just a way to bring you closer to the fan base that doesn't often get a chance to either come out here after the races, or something breaks, or you got to get home. I mean, you guys have lives too, so just a way to bring everybody closer together. So that's kind of what the plan is with this. So I'm going to jump on in here. I had my kids help me with some of these questions too.
Oh, sweet.
So if they sound like
they have some of the craziest questions, sometimes the funnest.
Yeah, and they like to yell Mayday a lot.
Right.
So.
I did hear that. She was very good that night, by the way.
Yeah, Jerry told me I'm in trouble.
Yep. For sure.
So first off, how'd you get into racing?
Well, growing up, I watched NASCAR at 5 years old and told my dad, one day I will race. And they laughed at me, my uncles, my dad. It wasn't out of meanness. It was just like, okay, we'll see. Got out of high school, and that's the first thing I done. Got a job, built a car.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll take it.
2002 to 2009, had some kids, took some time off, came back 2.5 years ago, and here I am.
Been a very solid run ever since, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, of course, you're the 22.
Oh yeah.
What's the 22C? What is the meaning behind that?
So when I built my car, James Kelly and JD Kelly out of Wanna Grove helped me build my car. They had a buddy that was 11V, which was Darren Vest. JD was 44K, so it made sense just to go in the middle and be 22. Okay. On top of that, Mark Martin is my favorite Cup driver, and he started in a 2 car.
Yes, he did.
So I just doubled up. And the only reason the C's behind it is because when I left, I was just 22. Came back, there was a couple of 22s, so I just put C behind it to accentuate who I am.
I like it. I like it. Everyone always has a meaning behind a number. Yep. So, you know, most people just kind of go off their old high school football number or stuff like that. But I like splitting the difference there with the guys that help you. I like the good background there. So now it's pre-race. Do you have any pre-race rituals? You know, football players don't, you know, change their socks.
No, we get to the shop early in the morning. We get everything ready, loaded, sit. We show up here early and we do this right here. A little bit of the whole tailgate feeling. And
yeah, I came by last week. Y'all had a buffet going on.
And that's what we do. I mean, that's who we are.
I like it. I like it. So you mentioned Mark Martin.
Yes.
So along those lines, what professional driver do you emulate the most?
It's got to be Mark Martin.
It's got to be.
Got to be.
The old Viagra.
Oh man.
The old Viagra.
I ain't talking about Viagra.
I mean, there's a few times you extend that car a little too far.
A little too far. I did do that. I caught it at the end, but I had no drive off. Then again.
So many innuendos we could go with right here.
Right? We shouldn't.
No, this is definitely a family show. So we're gonna get a little serious. This is something my son wanted to know. What was your worst crash?
So my worst crash, I raced cruisers for the first half a season that I raced. Built a brand new factory stock and came out here the first race. Didn't have everything quite right, so I'd bolt the headers tight, put the exhaust on it, the mufflers or whatever you want to call it. And I took it out, had to run the B main, and the car was not handling. So I put enough air pressure in it so I could turn to the bottom. I clipped one of the Uke tires and I barrel rolled from the start of turn 3, ended up on my lid at the wall in the middle of turn 4.
Oh,
Top of the track.
that's a nice one.
Oh, it was gnarly.
And I mean, those of you guys who have not stepped on to a racetrack, when you watch it on TV or you watch it on when you're at the track itself, until you step on the track, you don't realize how much space there is out there.
Oh, you can run 5 wide here.
And exactly.
Sure.
So my wife, it was her first time to actually get on the track last week because we were here working the Cody Johnson concert, and she's like, I didn't realize it was so big down here.
Right.
I'm like, there's a lot of room for these drivers to run.
My oldest daughter's been here several times with me racing, and until she got in the infield for the concert, she was like, Dad, that thing is so big.
Yeah.
I was like, I know.
Especially like if you go back and look at the concert pictures, you're like, wow, that many people fit down there.
Right. He said there was like 6,000 some people here.
And they're making 12-second lap times.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
So that's
a good time.
It's a good thing you didn't go up and over the embankment there.
Well, at first I thought I was going to, but I think I rode the passenger door long enough that when it bit and snapped my right rear axle, it just barrel rolled and just followed the track.
At least that helped.
It was insane.
Definitely a wild ride. Make you think about continuing?
I never missed a race.
Never missed a race.
Back the next weekend. I finished 5th in points that season.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to bounce back after something like that.
Never missed a weekend.
I like it. So, do you have any hobbies outside of racing? I mean, I know everyone knows if you're a race car driver, your time is stuck under that hood or behind the wheel.
Yep. Side-by-side riding through the hills, trees. Love to throw some cornhole.
Okay.
By the way, I think Sunday, come on out. We're gonna throw some cornhole.
Gonna throw some Sunday. All right.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday?
It's the Dirt Track Championship.
Yep.
It's here on Sunday. We're gonna show up early, have some bags.
Oh, I suppose.
Don't let me twist your arm.
You don't have to. You can ask my wife. When it comes to the racetrack, I'm here no matter what. Yeah, it's not happening.
And you know what? This is more of a family than most families have.
Oh, exactly. Without a
family.
doubt. I've been with the Springfield Raceway family for a couple months now.
Yep.
And I have way more friends here than I have anywhere else.
You'll have lifelong friends from here.
Exactly.
I promise you.
Exactly. And I've loved every minute of being out here. So on to the next. So where's the furthest you've hauled to go racing?
At this moment, it's I'm going to say Wheeling.
Wheeling?
Yeah.
So you're staying pretty close.
Right now.
Right now.
I got too many kids to travel too far.
It's a lot to do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
honestly though, one time to Wheeling and I ended up winning the race.
So why ever go back?
Because I will go back.
Well, you've already won.
Another one.
Well, you've already won.
I won another one.
But why go back? You've already won.
I've won here and I won another one.
Fair enough.
I never took the checkered here though. It sucked.
Fair enough.
It was under caution. I felt robbed. I didn't feel right about it. Maybe that's just me.
No, it'll come.
I hope.
It's the way you guys have been racing this year. It's coming. It's coming. Who knows? Tonight might be the night.
Well, we'll see.
So you've gone to Wheeling. So again, everyone knows racing's a lot. So how many times a day does it run through your mind?
It doesn't stop.
Doesn't stop. So your mind's constantly racing.
Yeah. Trying to figure something out.
What can I do to pitch it in harder, get it to dig a little bit more?
Come off quicker, all of it. It's all right.
How come I cannot get around James Reedus?
Nobody heard that.
Gonna deflate his tires when there's a next caution or something?
No, he's a good guy. He races clean, and
all you guys do out there.
I love battling. You know, a little bit of rubbing here and there is cool. And
I didn't write down the current points because
I want to say 37 points out of third and 80 some points out of
I was going
first.
to say the top 5 drivers, top 4 drivers, you're all within 100 points of each other. So there's...
Yeah, I'm sitting 4th right now, 30 some points out of third and 80 some points out of...
And now we're on the back side of the season.
Yeah.
So every
We got
race...
6 left.
Yes, every race counts from this point out.
Oh, it's go or no.
Exactly. So at this point, you almost got to park it in victory lane
a couple times.
To make it a good run.
And make sure they're not behind me.
Yeah, you need a couple DNFs and
yeah, I do. I got 2.
Yeah, bring in some hired guns from other tracks, and they you see this car, just kind of pawn them.
Yep. Oops.
No one heard that. There's no was it collusion going on.
Edit.
So, what's one track anywhere in the world, any surface that if you had the opportunity to go run, what would you go do?
Man, that's a hard one because there's a couple, but
I asked myself this question. I still don't have an answer.
be Charlotte or Texas dirt track in a stock car.
Okay.
I think that'd be a riot.
That I've been down to the dirt track down in Texas. That is, it's like a, you know how people were comparing Bristol when they put dirt on it,
Right.
you know? That was what the Texas dirt track was.
Right.
The dirt track, and I was floored.
You cannot put dirt on an asphalt track and expect it to stay if you're going to fill it back up.
No.
I mean,
And
I went to that race, by the way, in Bristol. And it was ruddy. The track was falling apart. There's potholes.
well, it's so banked too.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's just going to slide right off.
It's
And they got a bunch of rain that week.
yeah, a lot. I was in Gatlinburg and it rained for the 2 days I was there before I went to the race.
Oh wow.
And I was like, no.
That is insane. So you'd want to go to basically one of the NASCAR affiliate dirt tracks.
Yes.
I can respect it. That
For
would
sure.
be a lot of fun. And I'm pretty sure you'd have a heck of a crew coming down there with you too.
Oh yeah. They'd follow.
I'd probably go too.
I promise.
We'd go with behind the wheel, but like, hey, we're gonna do a whole documentary on this one.
It'd be awesome.
All right, let's plan it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
So you're here at the track. What is your favorite track food? Now, not one that y'all bring and potluck yourself.
Definitely the burgers.
Definitely the burgers? All right. As you can tell, I've enjoyed quite a few of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
since my time here. So I went to Midway, and I had to announce for Super Shane, and he was out on vacation, so they
Right.
asked me if I'd go up to Midway and announce. They have funnel cake fries.
Oh, I have not had those.
Yeah.
Are they good?
They are amazing. So the bad thing is I told my wife about it, and now she's like, no, we have
Oh.
to, she wants me to take her to Midway before the end, just for funnel cake fries.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. I was like, all right, I'll take off early on a
Yes,
day and
absolutely.
we'll go racing.
Absolutely.
So outside of racing, what is your favorite sport?
Football. Kansas City Chiefs all the way.
Patrick Mahomes, come on down. Travis Kelce, come on down here to Springfield Raceway.
I'm telling you,
We'll treat you right.
guaranteed. Give you a lap in the car.
You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Maybe we just need to get a hold of Aaron Sachs
Maybe.
with his Travis
Oh,
Kelce commercials.
Yeah,
See?
his buddies with him.
See?
Hey, now we're thinking.
Now, see what happens when we start brainstorming? Like, we're gonna get in trouble. And I did know you were a Chiefs fan. We're gonna delve more into that later. Well, one, you got the banner on there, and for a segment later on in this show, it's called Overrated, Underrated. I went and creeped your Facebook.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Sorry for everybody.
So, since my time here at Springfield, like I said, a little over 2 months, you have been one of the constant forces here. What keeps you coming back to Springfield Raceway?
The energy, for sure.
And from my vantage point in the announcer's booth, the energy that the drivers put off with the Pepsi Pure Stocks is phenomenal. The racing's top notch. Even when you guys get out there in hot laps, it's like you just want to go against each
Well,
other.
it's the camaraderie at the end of the night as well. Like everybody is friends. Everybody
It is.
comes together.
And it's class wide.
Well, that's like seeing Grayson McKinney win. I was not gonna stop down there and let him see that I was.
Oh yeah, we've come to the conclusion that you guys, at least 5 of you, are going to stop down in Victory Lane and celebrate together.
Yep.
And that is, you don't see that in other tracks. I've been involved with some other tracks, either as a driver or as a fan, and
Right.
you don't see
At
it.
all.
They're going to fight in the pits. They're going to get mad at the promoters, and they're going to go do their own thing.
Even when James wins, I'll go down there and shake his hand, high five him as he drives by, whatever it takes. I mean, I've raced with James for a while. Actually, when I was racing back in the day, he was just somebody helping in the pits with somebody else's car. That's how I met him.
Oh, wow.
And then he came on the scene, took over, and I was raising kids and thought, hey, it's time to get back in a car. And I just chose this. I was going to go modified, but I chose the pure stock just because of the class that it is. the people that race it. I mean, they're clean, they're smooth, they're generous, they're kind. I mean,
you can tell by the way you go.
Yeah.
You guys can go 4 or 5 wide, and you not last week, but the last race, we're trying to push it 4 wide down the backstretch, and you had a open. Oh man, what's his Facebook page? Onboard camera. I can
Speedway car cams.
Speedway car cams. There,
Yeah.
Thank you. I could see it, but I couldn't say it. And
Josh Mathis.
yes, Josh. He added me on Facebook too long ago. So I'm
Yep.
trying to remember names as I do this. But you could clearly see you have to check up.
Yeah, I had to. The gap closed, and I was like, nope, can't stay there.
Because you guys were going into 3, and you guys were going into 3 fast and hard. So
Yep.
it is so fun watching you guys respect the racetrack, respect the drivers, and the camaraderie when I get down here and you guys are still hanging out,
Oh yeah,
having a cold one together. It is one of the best things you can see.
That's what we do.
And especially for the fans.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're not going to see somebody get out and, pull a Tony Stewart and throw a helmet at somebody or
right.
anything like that. As much as I would love to announce that.
It'd be fun.
I mean, I announced a tire going from turn 2 to turn 4.
Yep. Well, used to this track was come to a fight and a race broke out.
Okay.
I mean, it was that bad.
We've all been to those.
It was the outlaw track, and it's came along. Jerry Hoffman has done wonders with this place. I mean, it's one of the top-notch tracks in the Midwest right now.
Oh,
especially quarter mile wide, and it's probably the fastest quarter mile in the Midwest.
I'm going to guarantee that.
So-
I'm going to guarantee that. Of course, I'm not going to go anywhere else to try to find out either.
Right. Well, you won't find out because this is it.
Exactly. So we're getting here towards the
Stay
end.
away,
of the thing.
yeah.
Oh yeah, getting Hollywood now.
I did.
So now we're getting towards the final few questions here. My daughter wants to know what your favorite animal is.
A dog.
A dog.
I've got a red nose, blue nose mixed pit at the house named Jax, and wouldn't have it any other way.
And well, I mean, we just had National Dog Day, so
Well, I have pictures on Facebook.
I saw.
Yep.
I was creeping.
Yeah,
Remember?
Jax is he's something else.
Yeah, I forgot and got yelled at by my daughter.
Oops.
Yeah,
should
we
do
have
that.
a 200-pound Shepherd Mastiff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Big one.
Yeah.
It's like a Shetland pony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except he's a
It's all
baby.
right. My crew chief has 2 Great Danes, a Harlequin and I want to say an American, and they are large and in charge.
I had a Harlequin.
Yeah.
I love the Dalmatian spots on
Oh.
them. They're just so beautiful.
This one is gorgeous.
Beautiful dogs.
She can jump about this high. She can clear the car.
He used to sit on the couch next to me with his paws on the floor. I tell him not to. He couldn't have his paws on the couch. And he'd
He
keep
set
his
his butt up there.
He just
That-
put his
that's
and
what
he'd
his
watch
Har-
football with me.
That's what his Harlequin does.
Just amazing dogs. Love them.
Nuts.
And I want to get one of those again, and I want to get a Cane Corso.
Oh. What is a Cane Corso?
So they're like 200-pound pit bull looking things.
Oh Lord. My little 60-pound pit's good enough. Just saying. 'Cause
I mean, they are. They got like Cane Corsos on Instagram and stuff like
Right.
that. And this one, he's just
I'm gonna
got
look it up.
he's got like pitch black eyes.
Oh,
And he's just
scary.
like a Rottweiler, black and shiny. And he just looks so mean. And then the next clip is him laying on his back with his tongue flipped out of his mouth. Just
I
like
love it.
not doing a thing mean
And
ever.
take a picture of him like that when he's on his back.
Yep,
Flip it up. It looks like they're smiling.
exactly. See,
love
my
it.
dog, he smiles all the time. You'll say his name and you can just see his jowls just
Oh,
flop
yeah.
up. It's so funny. I'll have to try to bring him out here one of these
Absolutely.
nights.
I would bring Jax, but
I think the noise might
Pit
scare him.
bulls
He
are,
don't like thunder.
my pit either.
He
Man,
my
runs
dog-
and shakes and trimmers and
He jumps on the
Bro,
bed and
come
he's a big baby.
Yep.
If he's outside for more than 5 minutes, he's looking for air conditioning.
Yep. Where's the nearest water hole?
Exactly. So Saturday night, of course, last week we had the concert, but
Right.
Saturday night we're not racing. What are you doing?
I'm in the shop working on the car.
Now, what's your wife say you're doing?
Same thing. She doesn't like it so much. Last week was the first weekend I've been away. Me and her went camping, and the whole time was, what do I need to do for next week?
And it's hard. It's really hard to step away when you're in a points battle. You're coming down to the last 6 races,
Yeah, oh yeah.
and you're
I'm right there.
You're right there, but you know you're missing something.
Yep. Oh, we've changed a bunch of stuff, and it may work, it may not. We're about to
I'm
find
excited
out.
to see
We're
what.
about to find out.
Exactly. So this is our last question of the regular question. So what goes through your head when your nose drops onto that track and when that green flag drops? So those two moments, when you first pull onto the backstretch and when that green flag drops, what's going through that head?
I'll be completely honest. My mind goes blank. It just, everything clears. The world around me, my bills, my struggles at home, my struggles at work. It's the only place I'm free.
That complete euphoria.
I'm free.
That complete euphoria.
Yeah, just for 8 to 15 laps, I'm just free. I don't have to think. I react.
That is the most beautiful description I could have ever asked for that question.
I mean, it's unexplainable.
I love it. I love it. See, so for like, I powerlift,
Right.
Which you've seen.
Oh yeah.
And so what we do to clear our head, because it's a real mental game in the sport of powerlifting, because you walk up to a 500-pound squat and you're like, if I move one fraction of an inch the wrong way, I'm breaking my knee, blowing my back out, something. Yep. So you'll see a lot of powerlifters, and of course my Facebook profile picture is me huffing ammonia.
Oh yeah.
So you take a big shot of ammonia and it clears your head.
Right.
And of course, the first time I ever took that shot of ammonia, I started crying. and I'm laying down on the bench.
You should have.
I'm laying down on the bench and I'm getting the lift off from, mind you, a 4-time world bench press champion. And he's like, why are you crying? Right before I'm about to try to bench press in a competition. So, I mean, I understand that feeling of the euphoria.
Oh, ass.
Oh, yes.
I'll get you.
So I understand that feeling of euphoria when everything just clears and it's just you and your reactions.
Love
I
you,
love
Kevin.
It. Oh, this is so much fun. All right, so now I have, so this is called Over and Under. So I'm a power lifter, and there's buddies of mine that have a powerlifting podcast called the Massonomics Podcast.
Okay.
So what those guys do is they are a powerlifting podcast about absolutely nothing. So kind of like we've talked a little bit of racing, we've talked a little bit of life, we've talked a little bit of everything. They talk about this much powerlifting and a lot of just random crap. Just sit there and talk. So they do this thing called Overrated, Underrated, and I reached out to Tanner and Tommy and I was like, hey, can I steal that from you?
Right.
And they're like, sure, go ahead. Yeah, we'd love to see it. To see it in somewhere else besides what they do. It's hilarious. So these are kind of 5 quick topics. You have to choose overrated or underrated.
Oh,
you can't ride the line. You can't be like, well, I like this one a little bit and I like this one too. You have to pick one.
Right.
If you don't win, we don't post this.
Oh
yeah. So there's a scoring process to this, and you can elaborate as much as you would like on these questions. So I gotta hide my notes so you can't get a little
do it to it,
sneak peek. So number 1, overrated, underrated, Kansas City Chiefs.
I think for the most part they're underrated because people think that it was luck. Well, I'm telling you, they're here to stay. They're going to dominate. They're the next franchise that's going to take over.
I'm going to have to agree with that just because I'm a Chiefs fan. And let's just be biased.
It's the truth. I mean, it's the truth.
All right, overrated, underrated, dirt track only.
Underrated, because NASCAR can't put on the show we can.
That is bad. Yes,
they cannot.
Some of these are like my bias
too. You can't
too.
mimic what we do on asphalt.
No, you can't. And they try to, and they crash the whole field.
Yeah, everybody gets taken out.
Logano tries to go a little sideways and.
Crash Velocity's right there to hit him.
He crashed Velocity's right there. I see with NASCAR, I miss the old days where they're 90% dirt track guys.
Right. And that's
even Jeff Gordon, man.
That's where NASCAR went south.
Yep.
They stopped bringing the dirt guys in.
They started bringing all the computer guys in.
Exactly.
It is insane. Overrated or underrated, the Pepsi Pure Stock class here at Springfield Raceway?
Underrated, by far the most underrated class, just because everybody here the last 4 or 5 weeks have tried to mimic what we do. But guess what? We don't try. We just go do.
Yeah.
And now they're trying.
Yep.
Everybody's trying to be that front row, 3 wide, 4 wide for the lead. You can't do that.
Well, and that's why you guys' features get cut so short, because everybody else is crashing out all night.
So see.
All right, so your last overrated, underrated question. And this is for all the marbles.
Uh-oh.
This could get you in trouble a little bit. Overrated or underrated in between feature track prep?
Oh, it's overrated.
Overrated.
Let the track go. I mean, I understand the water on top, the water on bottom, but all it does is make a greasy, slimy mess. And then the first 3 laps, guess what? There's 15 cars that crash, and you're down to 6 cars to go.
I can see it. I see both sides of the story.
Now, okay, I will reiterate this. If the track prep is sprayed right and the cars run the appropriate amount of laps to get it done and tacked back in, 100% in. But if it's spray the top, spray the bottom, 3 laps, and you're going green, guess what? It's still slimy.
Yep.
It is. And Hoffman does a great job at what he does, but at the same time, people don't like to get their shit dirty. They won't get down there and they want to stay right in the center and let just the air take care. You can't do that. Can't do it. The car's got to get down there, got to flip sideways and throw that shit out. I mean, you got to get the water off.
Exactly.
You got
I agree.
to clean the track.
I agree.
And without cleaning it, you're not going to have a good surface except for in the middle. I mean, that's all there is to it.
I've been at tracks where they have track prepped. I mean, they've bladed it in between features.
And you know, when Hoffman first started, that's what he was doing. And it worked good, but from what he's learned, I don't even know where it came from, but what he's learned, it makes more sense than not, because it's better track every week.
Every week it seems like there's another lane, or there's another groove, or there's
and the track is smooth.
It's smooth, yes. I've gone to other tracks around here in the Ozarks, and you see cars sliding in the 3 and 4.
I don't like that trampoline effect.
Just bouncing you around, and I can feel my shoulders hurting from the belts,
right,
keeping you in your seat. So
well, it ain't really the belts that hurt you; it's your ass and your back. It's like,
I invested in a cushion seat though. I had to get one. Yeah, yeah, it got expensive, man. It got expensive.
I guarantee it.
So before we end the show, you got a lot of sponsors all over your car. Start shouting them out.
Alert One Services. We got Old School Auto Parts, Bumper to Bumper, Clever, Missouri. We got Hal Commercial Refrigeration, Munger Construction Excavation, Checker Chick, JDR Carburation, Jason Justice Insurance Group of the Ozarks, Gillis Place. It's like the Clever Barn. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. It's an event center, but the Gillis Place, it's a wedding event center. It's cool. Other than that, it's me and my guys.
You want to give them any credit?
No. Absolutely no. I couldn't do this without them, without my family, all my friends. I couldn't do it.
All right, you got to have a good support group when it comes to something like this. 100%. Whether it's friends, family, even if the friends are a little sketchy sometimes.
Yeah.
If you guys could see what's going off camera right now, we couldn't air this episode.
But my Uncle Mark's been a big help too. Actually, my mom and stepdad back in the day, I built a factory stock 2006. They bought me a trailer. They put a carburetor on my car, helped me with the money to get the car rolling, and I went back and raced that season, and we done fairly well. But then I quit the end of that season because somebody slid up into me, took my whole left side off the car, broke my thumb, and I was like, okay, it's time to park it. So I parked it, sold it 3 or 4 years later, and they're still here today. They still show up. They live in St. Louis. They drive down every weekend.
That's a drive, and that just
commitment.
goes to show the support right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then this guy, Jason, the crew chief, he stuck his neck out for me more than I can ever imagine somebody would for anybody else. And it's been really great, honestly. It's been a good time. Been some tears, been some beers, been some fights. I mean,
well, you can tell between your guys' racing page on Facebook and of course your personal one, you guys just have a lot of fun when you work on your vehicles. And
we have to
work on your cars, and you keep it light. It's not, hey, we got to win every race, or we're all fired or anything like that.
Are we pissed that we don't win it? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what? If you get mad about finishing 2nd, 3rd, even 10th, you don't belong doing this, because it's not for the money. You're not making no money here. We're putting on a show for the fans.
It's show for the fans. It's that euphoria that you've spoke about.
It's all about the driver's heart, the crew's heart, and I've got all of it.
I tell you what, there's right now it's the Ozarks, so there's Pee Wee football going on. School started back up, so there's high.
Oh, Friday Night Lights started last night.
Friday Night Lights started last. Man, I watched that Joplin Webb City game.
Yeah,
Holy
he's feeling it.
Smokes! I was there. You were there?
He was the umpire.
Oh man. Oh.
He was the zebra.
So you're the one that should have called that last second field goal no good.
Whoops.
I was in the middle.
It wasn't his call, he said.
Okay. But, I mean, there's so much going on in let's just say Southwest Missouri as a whole right now. But this place will be packed every Saturday night. We got 6 races left. We got the Turkey Bowl coming up, too.
And the heat's just getting turned up. I mean, people are starting to race for the points now. The playing around's done.
Exactly. It's
about
great.
To get tight.
It's championship time.
Yeah, it's about to get tight.
So Chris, it's been great talking with you, man. It's been an absolute pleasure to get behind the wheel up and running and get started with you. So
I wish you nothing but the best with this page, and I hope it goes somewhere else. I hope we can talk on a later date. I mean, it needs to happen.
Exactly.
It needs to happen.
It needs to happen. I think it's going to be great for the Ozarks and the surrounding area, especially for Springfield Raceway.
Absolutely.
It's where I want to keep it at for the most part. So,
absolutely.
Great talking with you, and good luck tonight.
I appreciate it.
And when I upload this, I'll make sure I put where you finished in there.
Oh,
so everyone has an idea.
Hopefully it's not outside the top 5.
I mean, you did talk about being 4th in points and being up there a little bit. So hopefully
I've got to make it or break it.
It'll be a good heck of a show. So you won't be able to get here tonight by the time you see this, guys. But next week, same place, same time, same drivers, same channel. Come out next week.
Oh, we're next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Next Sunday.
Sunday.
My bad. Sunday.
See, you can't believe this guy.
Yeah, see, you'll get it. We'll get it figured out. So, again, thanks for coming on the show, and we'll look to talk to you again. Well, that's all for our show this week. I personally hope you enjoyed getting to know Chris a little bit more, just as much as I did. It was great to get to know him, and also the crew that supports him week in and week out, as you also learned in the episode, coming all the way down from St. Louis. Going forward, drivers, please reach out to me. I'd love to do 2 of these a week. Reach out to me, let me know. Get with me, we'll get something scheduled. As we dwindle down our season here at Springfield Raceway, let me know. I'll come hang out with you in your shop or record an episode there. As always, keep chasing that checkered flag in life, everybody. It has been a great opportunity to be able to run behind the wheel, and I look forward to doing it for many years to come. So remember, everybody, the green flag's always going to be waving in life. That checkered flag is the icing on the cake. Everybody have a great week, and we'll see you next week on Behind the Wheel.